stadium, the fans, the burnt orange. You've got Bevo here on the sideline. There is so much love every time you come to a college football game here. History in the making at DKR. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. The Red Raiders will kick off first, and here we go. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Quarterback making adjustments. Here's Arch to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Out routes are very much about timing. It's got to be a quick, decisive movement from the quarterback. As soon as he sticks that foot in the ground, you know he's breaking out. Throw it right now so he can go make you a play. Great pitch, great catch.
Caught in the backfield. It's Brown. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Okay, guys, we're just getting started, and we're highlighting these players and these guys, and the QB said, all right, just highlight me, because they're coming out with a purpose. They're throwing the football. Two different guys, two different catches, two explosive plays.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coach... what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
That was a nice catch right near the line of scrimmage. Man, you want to get some yak after the catch and try to make a play, but that defense was right on him, got him on the ground too quick.
Manning lines up in the gun on third down. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Fourth down, Manning. Takes a hit as he fires. Finds a man on the left. They get him on the ground, but not before he keeps his opening drive alive with a fourth down conversion.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Motion from the wide receiver. Play action, here's Manning. Looking to scramble. Slings it downfield. Catch in the middle, it's Coleman. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. I mean, you'd like to think your receiver in space can make a linebacker miss, but that's just a better job tackling by the defense.
Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4 at 2nd and 14. Arch is going to throw for it. Here's a heat. Buying some time. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And that's a Great job finishing the drive, but, man, I got to go back. I love the fourth down call. Being aggressive, first drive of the football game for this offense. They set a tone, they cap it off, they create momentum to start.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking downfield, it's Hammond. Finds his man. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And the Red Raiders racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And that's really good defense. That's discipline, man. Understanding, covering top to bottom, but not leaving the running back with a lot of space. They throw that football out to the flats. They break on it right now, give up absolutely no yardage. Nice job seeing it, breaking on it, and making the play.
Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Gets it out quickly. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
That was a third down this offense absolutely had to have. They're already down in this game, and so on third down, you've got to find a way to win. And it's a nice job in the one-on-one, running a good route, creating some separation, quarterback throwing on time, and this offense stays on the field.
That's some pretty sticky coverage right there, man. You play that man-to-man coverage and you have those out-breaking routes. I tell you what, you got to kind of be careful as a QB how much you want to attack that, especially when the coverage is so tight. He does a good job staying glued to the receiver and knocking the football down.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play. And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Right on the money. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. Wants to throw. It's Hammond. Unloads to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Fires to the wideout. It's complete. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Manning on play action. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
2nd down coming up. Arch Madness. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Blasted as he lets it go. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
Unleashes one. Finds a man in the middle. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
Love the play call. I love being aggressive there in the first play of the drive, backed up on your own end. There's a lot of coordinators that would just try to run the ball, get some more room, get into a rhythm, but they're taking a shot right away, find some real estate. Receiver, QB on the same page. That's looking really nice if you're on offense.
He's going for it all. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play. The wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Going to work in the air, it's Manning. The sure hands, it's Wingo. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Could not make his way to the corner.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. They go play action with Manning. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Manning to the air again. Fires into traffic, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Back to throw, it's Hammond. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Red Raiders now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads it left. With the catch, it's Eakin. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
When I see the defense in man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst corner. Trying to get a great matchup on the outside, take advantage of it to make big plays.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Throwing right. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down.
Man, what a great break on the ball. Way to knock it down. But, man, this situation, they're almost in field goal range. Had a chance to maybe take some points off of the board. That's a big play that we might circle back to later.
They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
And those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Quarterback may change this route. Here's Manning to throw. He'll take a deep shot here. Caught at the 25. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. To the air, it's Manning. He's got him. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Red
And that is such a critical mistake for this offense, man. Such an opportunity to add to the lead, put more points on the board, keep the momentum, but sometimes you just get a little bit too aggressive. And Palmer, they pay for it in a big way.
And that's one where the defense gave up some yards early in the drive, and you're wondering, you know, is the opponent going to score here at the end of the first half? But they're just waiting for one mistake, and they take advantage of the opportunity, jumping that pass in the air, picking it off, taking it all the way to the house, and now taking the lead.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Simon. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Might be calling a hot route. Throwing Manning. Going for it all. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. To throw, it's Hammond. Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking downfield very late in the half. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, the tight end's a guy that's going to have to be able to make plays for this offense in the passing game. That time, QB looking for the big fella. He ran a good route, just couldn't reel it in.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. The play-action fake. They get to him as he throws. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? To throw, Manning. Bears the pressure. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Dropping back, it's Manning. Lets it fly. Catch inside the 25. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw it again. Quickly complete. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening. Excellent job using the clock. They get the timeout. 2 ticks remaining, and now they can put up points before going to the locker room. Oh, the attempt is no good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. kick it away to crank up the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Hammond. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Texas Tech will call a timeout. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Manning. Forced out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
Taken in on the right side by Coleman. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Manning tries to pick it up on 3rd down. Going over the top. He's got it inside the 15. And he gets it down to the